Hello all, John here, and my 10 hours plus playtime with Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord was a mixed bag of ghost stories ranging from the enraging to the pleasantly playful mechanics but with dull, detailless environments. Let's break this down for you in my very first ever video review. As reviewing games is brand new on my channel, let's take a quick look at what you can expect for this review and all reviews to come. First up is going to be the playability. This is going to be the quality of being easy and enjoyable to play and generally just how fun the game actually is. Next up will be the graphics and visuals. Now I put these together because the graphics will refer to the level of detail on the characters and the items in the environment, and the visuals will be how much detail there is in the environment, how much effort has been put into creating a nice detailed game. Next up will be the sound design, and this is pretty self-explanatory, but I'm also going to detail where applicable on ambient sound effects as well. Next up will be the bugs and crashes report. This will refer to how many times it has crashed in my 10 hours and how many bugs and what kind of bugs I have gotten into. This will be very applicable to people who want to wait for a patch rather than buying the game right away. Next, we will head on to the platinum difficulty as well as the trophies breakdown. Now, will the trophies auto-pop? Will they not auto-pop? Do they auto-pop PS4 to PS5 or PS5 to PS4? Because some games will do both, other games will only do one direction from PS4 to PS5. Lastly, guys, we will have the summary and the verdict. This will just be my personal opinion on whether or not you should buy the game, wait for patches, or never buy the game. Alright guys, let's get into Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord review. First up guys, playability. Now each level starts you off exactly the same way with an explanation of what to do, which is identical to the last level that you played and the level that you will play in the future. They even acknowledge this in the third or fourth stage of the game. Listen to this.
Same drill as before. Find Gustav's harvester and fill all the canisters with gunk.
And then the next level.
Same drill as before. Find Gustav's harvester and fill all the canisters with gunk.
And then the next level.
Same drill as before. Find Gustav's harvester and fill all the canisters with gunk.
And then they acknowledge how repetitive it is by saying this.
You know the drill, you know the tunnels. What could possibly go wrong?
Then after that you will have to wander around the stage searching for these particular parts of a machine, which include handles, canisters and fuses, and you will need to take this to the large machine over there on the right hand side and fix it. Now these parts can be anywhere. They can be inside drawers and inside cabinets or lockers, but at the same time you cannot run, you cannot jump, so even when the person on the screen is telling you to hurry up, all you can do is traipse along at the same pace. It desperately needs a run button, as well as the ability to step off small ledges. It does not let you jump off small ledges. It's a very restricted game when it comes to movement. All you can do is walk, and that is about it. Now when it came down to actually trying to tether ghosts, on the right hand side they've got the blue bar. Once that is depleted, you will be able to control the ghost direction using your tether gun. Now this is quite difficult in the closed environments. You have to act like a fishing rod. So if you pull it up, the ghost is going to come towards you, but the second your beam goes through the floor or something, you will lose connection. So I found it very difficult to tether ghosts in closed environments like this one. Now it does open up a bit later, but that has its own problems. So in summary guys, I found it very enjoyable playing the game and tethering the ghosts, but I feel the lack of the goals being repetitive and the lack of monster types, or say monsters, but the lack of ghost types has a very negative effect on this. I've had the PSVR 2 since launch, and this is the only game that has made me nauseous, guys. After about an hour, I literally had to stop, go sit on the couch for a bit, staring at the ceiling, taking deep breaths, because of how quick the movement is. If this is affecting you in any way, shape or form, I do not recommend this game. For someone who's quite hardy, if you will, when it comes to this kind of thing, I felt very sick after about an hour or an hour and a half. Let's move on to the next one, guys. Okay, the graphics and visuals, guys, are unfortunately one of the worst I've ever seen in any PSVR game. Now the car over there has got some detail, it's got some rust on it because that is something that is used in all of the areas. If you look around, there's an odd green plant. There's blank grey walls wherever you go. Sure, there's computers and there's one little picture in the background. The problem with that little picture is that it's the same one everywhere, exactly the same writing. These bay windows over here are not really windows because you can't see through them. You should be able to see the street, see people walking up and down the street. This is a PS5 game. That PS5 can definitely handle you looking through a window. And again, the long dark halls with absolutely nothing to show. Inside here, I will show you some more. There are boxes everywhere and they don't do anything. They just kind of sit there, and if you don't destroy them, that's where the ghosts will go hide, and that is it for decoration. There is nothing else to show on the walls. You can't, like I said before, you can't see on the windows, you can't see outside. I found it very underwhelming, the environments, when they should be making it creepy. You know, there's so many things that they could do with this to make it more enjoyable visually, and I found that this was one of my greatest downs of this game, is the visuals, not necessarily the graphics, but the visuals of the environments. Onto the sound design, guys. Now, the sound design is one of my favorite aspects of the game. Like any game, sound is so important for immersion, and the level of detail in the sound just gets you more and more immersed in the game, and I found this has hit the nail on the head. And again, I would have preferred it to be more creepy, but I'll show you a clip now, just about a 15-20 second clip, and you'll be able to hear the different sounds coming from different ghosts, which is good. They need to be unique, and as well as the proton launcher weapon, you'll hear that come into action as well. Listen to this.
Watch out for those rats. They'll mess with the trap. See one? Blast it, move on.
Pretty cool, pretty cool. So overall, I'm very happy with the sound design. Let's move on to the next one. When it comes to bugs and crashes, guys, it crashed maybe 2 or 3 times in my 10 hours gameplay, which is not bad at all. They were obviously game-breaking crashes. They sent me to the XMB, and when it comes to the bugs, I didn't come across any bugs that I could speak of. Everything ran smoothly from start to finish. When it comes to the platinum difficulty, I have not platinumed the game yet, but looking at the trophy list, I feel it's going to be an easy 2 or maybe a 3 level for the platinum difficulty, and maybe just a little bit of a grind for the 1 million earning in the cash trophy required. Now, as this is a PS5 exclusive and is not going to be released on the PS4, the AUTOPOP for the trophies on the PS4 do not apply here. Right, guys, in summary, I have enjoyed my time with Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord, but in the end I strongly feel that the target audience is going to be very young and potentially will not stimulate the older gamer crowds. Although it has some very fun gameplay, the overall experience is heavily dampened by the lack of detailed environments and very repetitive gameplay. My verdict for this game will be 6 out of 10, guys. As an older gamer, this is how I feel, and this could have been slightly swayed with some very simple additions to the game. And what I mean by that is just making more use of the awesome power of the PS5. This topped with the fact that there were no pre-release game keys given out, this seems on par with what I feel the game is in the end. So that's a wrap up, guys. I really hope you enjoyed my first review ever. If you have any suggestions at all, I'm here to learn. I will be doing reviews more constantly on my channel now, and I really hope this one touches base with you. So smash that like button for me, guys, and leave a comment so I can better myself in the future. Also remember, guys, that I do share play as part of my full-time job. If you have any tricky trophies or tricky platinums, you can email me from the descriptions and I can help you grab those tricky buggers. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I want to catch you on the next one.